Thank you for joining everyone. We're going to go a little bit slow today and a little bit sort of talking through the postures and things like that. And hopefully you can, oh, Helen is there. Right, so we are going to start seated. Now you can sit leaning against something if you want. What I don't want is to create any tension anywhere. So I sit cross-legged, but I'm sitting on a cushion. So my pelvis is higher and then my knees drop naturally. If I was to sit on the floor cross-legged, I end up creating tension in my back. So try and get in a position where you're nice and comfortable. And we're gonna do some breathing, which sounds weird because we all know how to breathe, but we're gonna slow it down. So sit nice and tall, drop your shoulders away from your ears. You're almost lifting your heart a little bit, but you're not lifting it to create a curve in the lower back. Your hands can be either resting on your knees, in your lap, and then I'd like you to close your eyes if you can. And this is all to create this present moment and not allowed any outside distractions to take you away from that moment. So before we go into any breath work, just scan your body, make sure you're not holding any tension anywhere, because if you are, your head is just going to go to that distraction. And this is all part of your mindfulness, being present, connecting with your breath. And your breath is an amazing tool when you are feeling stressed or anxious. So we're going to try and slow everything down. So allow your exhale and inhale to be just through the nose if you can, unless you've got a cold, it's quite difficult. Because that slows everything down as well. It slows the breath down, slows your heart rate down. So allow all of that exhale to come out, and then we're going to inhale in for 4 seconds. So inhaling in. Slowly exhale out. If you get that waver of panic, just try and ride it out. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling out through the nose. It might take you a few goes. You might feel that you can do more seconds. Just double check that your shoulders haven't suddenly crept up past your ears. Allow your belly to move with your breath. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. And the more you allow the lower lobes to expand of your lungs, it allows you to slow your breath down even more, releasing the hormones to relax you. Whereas when we use the top part of our lungs, it's basically all about adrenaline. But you can counteract that by really expanding the lower part of your rib cage, inhaling in and exhaling out. Your mind is going to wander, just practice, bring it back to your breath. Inhaling in, exhaling out. And then just find your own rhythm. Just bring that awareness still to your breath. Does it suddenly go really quick? Are you able to maintain that 4 seconds of inhale and 4 seconds of exhale? It's just building that practice. We all want to feel super calm quickly, but it takes a little bit of time and practice. So take that long, slow inhale in, reach your arms up over your head. Reaching up nice and tall. As you exhale, you're going to drop that right hand by that right hip. That left arm is coming over for a side stretch. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're coming over to the left. So you're dropping that left hand down. Right arm up and over to the side. One more each side. Move with your breath. Don't hold your breath. So if you're moving really quickly, it's because your breath is really quick. Take an inhale, exhale, come over to the left. Come back to centre. We're going to gently twist around to the right. So your right hand's going to come behind you, left hand to right knee as you twist that torso round. Keep your nose in line with your sternum. So we're not cranking that neck round. Come round to the left, so that left hand behind you, right hand to left knee, as you gently twist that torso round. Come back to centre, interlace your hands, palms facing you, you're going to push away. So you're pushing into your shoulders, drawing your chin to your chest. And then your palms are going to go out as you reach up. A little side stretch over to the right. And then a little side stretch over to the left. Coming back to centre. You're going to take your right arm out to the side, drop your thumb down, and you're going to bring that hand to the back in between your shoulder blades. Taking your left hand to try and reach that elbow. So you're almost pushing that hand up in between your shoulders. So this left hand, you can either keep on that right elbow to try and move it up, or you can bring this left arm up and over and give yourself a pat on the back. Now you might be able to meet your fingers. You might just be at a point where you're holding your top. If you can, you might interlace your fingers so you're just connecting the fingertips. Feeling that in those shoulders, lifting your heart, draw your chin to your chest, slowing that breath down. And just allow your body to melt into that stretch. Gently release your hands. So that left hand's going to come out now, thumb facing down. You're going to sweep that up in between your shoulder blades. Right hand, that left elbow, you're gently going to nudge it up in between your shoulder blades. So you can keep that hand holding onto the elbow. You can bring that right hand up and pat yourself on the back. Now you might find that you can, one side, meet your hands and not the other. Probably because one side is more dominant, naturally more dominant than the other. So you can either hold on to your t-shirt or you can find your fingertips, link them in, lift your heart, draw your chin to your chest. And take a nice slow inhale in. And then exhale out. Slowly release your hands. Finding yourself into a tabletop position. So your hips are over your knees. Shoulders are over your wrists. So you're going to pull your chest through, coming into that cat-cow. So as you pull your chest through, you're going to take an inhale, tilt your pelvis, and then as you exhale, you're arching into your shoulders, drawing that chin to your chest. Inhale, pull through. This time, draw those heels into your bottom. Imagine you're trying to draw that belly button down to the earth, and then drop those feet, arch your back, push into those shoulders. One more, pull that chest through. Take an inhale. Exhale, push into those shoulders. Come back to a flat back. Walk your hands forward, keep your hips over your knees and melt your chest into the earth. So you're coming into a puppy pose. It might be that you're just here, or you can sink your chest all the way down to a point where you can rest your head on the mat. So if you're really tight around your shoulders, been doing loads of weights, that will be tight. So it's kind of, you just need to breathe into it. Not worry about what you should or shouldn't be doing. Just do what your body can do. Keep that focus on your breath. And just allow that little bit of stillness. Slowly walk your hands up. Bringing your bottom onto your heels. You can always bring a cushion underneath your thighs if that's relieving that pressure on your knees. Interlace your hands behind your back, draw them down to the earth. And then bring your hands to that right hip. You're going to draw that right ear over that right shoulder. Conscious of your breath, how quickly it's moving. Lift that left ear up and over to the left. Push that shoulder away. Come back up to centre. Draw those hands down the centre of your back as if you're trying to hit the floor. And then you're going to nestle those hands in that left hip. Slowly draw that right ear to that right shoulder. And then the left ear up and over to that left shoulder. So slow with your movement so that you're not yanking your body into any position it doesn't want to be in. Slowly lift that head back to centre. Draw those hands back down. Stretching those shoulders. Release those hands. Come back into that tabletop position. You're going to take that right knee out to the side and circle it. So you just draw in a little circle, conscious that you're not putting all of your weight into one wrist. So just try and lift out of that wrist if you can. Reverse that knee, draw that knee back, bring it round to the side. And then you're going to take that foot all the way up. So you're pretending to put a footprint on the ceiling. So you're coming back to that cat-cow. So you're pulling your chest through, taking an inhale on your exhale. Draw that knee into your chest and arch your shoulders. Taking that foot all the way up. Pulling that chest through and then drawing that knee into your chest as you push into your shoulders. One more. If you're moving quicker than me, think about your breath. And then drawing that knee into your chest. Arching your shoulders. Taking that leg straight back behind you. Finding your balance. You can flip your left toes here. See if you can lift this left hand off. If you can, reach it forward. You're going to draw elbow into knee. Inhaling. Don't have to touch. You're just building that balance. Sliding it back out there. Inhale, draw that elbow into knee. Exhale, gliding it out. One more. Now you can stay here, or you can draw that heel into your bottom. See if you can reach around with that hand to find that foot. Don't worry if you can't find it. You can always just reach your hand back as if you're trying to reach your foot. If you have got a dressing gown cord or anything like that, you can hook that round there. If not, you're pushing into your hand to lift that chest. Slowly release that hand and that knee down. Circle that left knee out to the side. You're going to do 3 in one direction, 3 in the other. Conscious of your wrists. So then you're going to reverse. Take that knee back. Open that hip out to the side. Then you're going to take it all the way up behind you. Footprint on the ceiling. Pull your chest through. Take an inhale. Exhale, draw that knee into your chest, push into your shoulders. Taking that foot up to the sky, pull that chest through, take an inhale, exhale, knee into your chest. One more, gliding it back up. And then tucking it into your chest, coming into that cat position. Taking that straight leg back out behind you. Flipping those right toes if you need a bit of stability. If you can, take that right hand straight out in front of you. If not, just practice taking that hand off, building that balance. Drawing that elbow into knee as you inhale, exhale, gliding it back out. Inhale in, you might be wobbling, I'm wobbling on this side for some reason, and then gliding it back out. One more. And stay with that foot and that hand extended, or your option is to bring that heel in, reach around and try and find that foot. Again, you might find one side, you can reach that foot, the other you can't. flip your toes, come into downward dog. So you're lifting your hips, not worrying about your heels touching the floor. Pad one heel down, then the other. Imagine you're trying to draw that tummy to the tops of your thighs. Sweeping that right leg up, doesn't have to go far. And then you're going to draw that knee into your nose and try and bring that foot all the way through in between your hands. You may need to shuffle it through. Drop that left knee, reach your right arm up to the sky. Open up your chest. You're going to take that hand back behind you as if you're trying to reach your feet. Your knee will naturally want to go out. It can. And then you're going to bring that hand to the inside of that right foot. Start to straighten that right leg, coming into your half splits. So that left hip, if your hamstrings are tight, you will feel it. Trying to push your bottom away, pull your chest through as if you're doing that cat-cow position. Slow that breath down, point your toes away, and then draw them into your body. Pointing them away, and then in. Bringing a bend into that foot, hands to the inside of that right foot, flatten them down. You're going to bring that left foot to the outside of that left hand. Coming into a squat. Reach your arms forward. You can go down as low as you need to. Connect those palms. Straighten those legs, draw those hands to heart center. Take an inhale. Shuffle your feet underneath your hips. Take an inhale as you reach that chest up, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Softness in those knees. Inhale, come to flat back. So you're bringing your hands underneath your knees. Flattening that back. Again, pulling that chest through. Then exhale, fold forward, knees nice and soft. You're going to take your legs back into a downward dog position. Again, your heels don't have to touch here. You can pad one heel down, then the other. And then you're going to sweep that left leg up. Heeling to bottom, knee to your chest. Bring that foot all the way through. Shuffling it through if you need to. Drop that right knee. Bring that right hand to the inside. Left arm up. And then reach it back as if you're trying to reach your toes. Naturally bringing your hips forward. Bringing that hand to the inside of that leg as you straighten it. And you're going to bring your toes in towards your body. And then point them away. Inhale, draw them in. Exhale away. One more. Feeling that in your hamstrings if they're tight. Bringing that weight forward. Hands either side of that left foot. You're going to bring that right foot through to meet that left foot. Staying in this forward fold, keep your knees nice and soft. Interlace your hands behind your back and imagine you're trying to draw them up and over your chest. Bending your knees as much as you want it. You can rest your tummy on your knees. Let your head hang heavy. And then slowly drawing those hands back, curling yourself up to standing. Bring your arms up over your head. Take an inhale, connect your palms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Two more times. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Connect those palms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thinking about that breath. Slowly move those arms up. Exhale. You're going to go all the way down again. Keeping those knees nice and soft. Inhale, come to flat back. Pull that chest through. Exhale, fold forward. Take that right leg back behind you this time. Drop that right knee. You're going to bring that right hand to the inside of that left foot. Reach that left arm back to your feet. Now here, if you can, See if you can bring that heel into your bottom. You might have to bring your hips back to grab a hold of your foot. If not, just draw that heel into your bottom, reach that hand back as if you were trying to reach your feet. There's an option to always bring a cord, dressing gown, rope around your foot to help find that stretch. Slowly release. Hands coming to the other side of that left foot. You're going to come into a plank position. So tuck those right toes, take that left foot back. You can drop your knees if you want to here. You're slowly going to lower your chest all the way down. And then inhale, lift your chest, leave your hips on the mat. Exhale, slowly lower that chest. Fingertips to the outside of your mat in line with your shoulder. Push up, really lift that chest, take an inhale, exhale, fold forward. Hands underneath your shoulders, hips over heels, coming into a child's pose. Crawl your hands a little bit further forward if you can, to feel that stretch. Bring that weight forward into that tabletop position, flip your toes, hands a little bit further forward to come into downward dog. So lift that bottom up to the sky. Now you can walk your feet to your hands, or you can do a little hop. So you can keep those knees soft, bring your feet to the front of the mat, inhale, sweep all the way up. Connect those palms, exhale, folding all the way forward. Inhale, come to flat back, pull that chest through. Exhale, forward. Taking that left leg back behind you as far as you can, drop that left knee. Hands to the inside of that right foot, reach that right arm up and back, as if you're trying to reach your foot. Draw that heel into your bottom if you can, and grab a hold of that foot. Again, you might find that you have to shove your hips forward a little bit, but you're feeling that in that left leg, opening up that chest. If not, you can just draw that heel into your bottom, pretending to reach back for that foot. Bringing that hand to the outside of that right foot, tucking those left toes, coming back to plank. So take that right leg back. You can drop your knees here. Slowly lower that chest. Sweep up as you inhale, keeping your hips on the mat. And then as you exhale, hips over heels, come back to child's pose. Walking that left hand forward, you're going to sweep that right arm underneath that left elbow. So you're walking it through, feeling that stretch in your shoulders. Slowing your breath down. Your option is you can always do a wide-kneed child's pose here. And then bring that right hand back to meet left. Left arm underneath that right armpit. So you're walking it across to feel that in your shoulders. And then slowly bringing that hand back to meet right hand. Walking those hands towards your knees, coming onto your bottom, sweeping those legs round, bringing your bottom to your heels, and then lowering your back down to the mat. Keeping your neck in line with your spine, fingertips towards your heels. The small of your back is going to touch the mat. You're going to push your hips up to the sky to come into bridge. Lift your heels so you're coming onto your tippy toes. Your right leg, if you can, up to the sky. You're going to rest that right ankle onto that left thigh. Slowly lower one vertebrae at a time, allowing that pelvis to then hit the mat. If you can, drop that left heel. You're going to bring your hands either behind your thigh or on top of your shin to hug that left knee in towards your chest. Again, no yanking, super slow as you allow that body to stretch around the hip and the glutes. And then slowly release. Both heels down, fingertips towards your heels, tilt your pelvis, so pushing the small of your back into the mat and then pushing your hips up to the sky. Lifting your heels if you can to push those hips up a little bit more. Your left leg is going up this time. Resting that ankle on that right thigh. One vertebra at a time, slowly lowering your pelvis to the mat. And then you're either going to bring that thigh in by interlacing underneath your thigh or on top of that knee as you slowly hug that knee into your body. And just allow that release and surrender into that pose. Find that comfort in the discomfort. Gently release. Arms out into a T shape to the side so your wrists are in line with your shoulders. Both feet flat. You're going to walk your feet slightly wider than your hips. Drop your knees over to the right. Turn your head over to the left. Here you can bring this right foot to anchor that left knee down to create a bit more of a gentle spinal twist. And really think about breathing into that lower rib cage space. Releasing that foot if it's anchoring down, engaging your tummy to bring your knees up and over to the left. Turn your head over to the right. Option to bring that left foot onto that right knee to anchor it down. Again, think about breathing into that lower rib cage space. Turning your head in the opposite direction to allow a little bit more of a twist. Releasing that foot if you've got that on that knee. Engage your tummy, knees back to centre, hug them into your chest. And allow to draw a little circle on the ceiling. So you're just circling the small of your back, one direction, then the other. And then you're going to find your Shavasana. So you're going to straighten your legs. Your arms can either be by your side. You can bring your hands to your body. You can bring your hands to the lower part of your rib cage. And then you're slowly going to bring that attention and awareness to your face to make sure that your jaw is nice and relaxed. Slow your breathing down. And just be still and build that practice. Be present. Bring the attention to your breath and your body, and scan your body from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Allow every exhale to release the body and let go. Surrendering into that stillness. And if your mind wanders, just non-judgmentally bring it back to your breath. You can inhale in for 4. You can note the rise and fall of your chest. Just that moment, you're just thinking about your breath. It's the most powerful moment of being present. Focusing that attention and awareness. And your breath will tell you so much. Your body will tell you so much. You need to sort of surrender a little bit. Connect. And make time for yourself. Slowly start to bring movement into your fingers and your toes. Gently, slowly wriggling them, being aware. Rotate your wrists and your ankles in one direction and then the other. Allow your body to stretch and move. Bring your arms up over your head, past your ears. Take a nice inhale, and then as you exhale, tuck your knees into your chest. Gently rocking from side to side. Movement slow, eyes closed. Without thought, allow your body to drop to one side. Slowly bring yourself to seated, where you're comfortable, not allowing any tension to creep in. So drop your shoulders, draw the crown of your head up, lift your heart. And then bring your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your tummy. Take a slow inhale in and exhale out. Noting that rise and fall of your chest and your belly. Inhale, sweep both arms up overhead, connect your palms, seal that energy in, and then as you exhale, draw your hands to heart center. May you feel safe and loved. Bring your thumbs up to your third eye, that space in between your eyebrows. My soul honours your soul. Surrender yourself forward. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.